Okay. Good morning, everyone. I guess you got your wish. You got to be online, and together with your friends. What could be better, eh? Anyway, hopefully I'll get back tomorrow. Okay. So hopefully right now you're opened up and you're on the website and ready to go. So to begin with, I'd like you, either in small groups or by yourself, to take a look at the learning goals for normative and positive that you copy down into your tracking sheet. And I would like you to come up with some success criteria for those. Okay. So remember, just the normative and the positive economics, those are the two learning goals at the bottom on the board. Okay. Okay. Make success criteria for that. Okay. You should be able to do that in 5 minutes. Okay. So hit pause now on this video, get into your groups, and complete the success criteria. I will check when I come back, hopefully tomorrow. Okay. Once you're done that, come back to the video and continue watching the video. I shouldn't actually wait for you guys to do that, right? That would be a long 5 minutes of silence staring at me. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is there are notes on scarcity and choice on the website. I would like you to copy that and put it into your own document. Okay. Now, when we are talking about scarcity and choice, we should understand what scarcity means, right? Scarcity means there's not enough of something. Okay. And because there's not enough, because of that scarcity, that requires all of us, no matter how rich you are, to make choices. You have to choose one or the other. You can't have everything. And because you can't have everything, because of this scarcity, there's always trade-offs that are going to have to be made. So you'll have to choose this over this. So that means you're trading off that one thing. Now, in this whole trade-off thing, opportunity cost comes in. And opportunity cost is basically, you're going to learn, is the next best alternative. So when you go into, say, a convenience store and you have two favorite drinks and you can only buy one because you only need one or you only have money for one, when you choose one over the other, the one you didn't choose is called your opportunity cost. That's because you gave it up when you chose the other type. Okay. Now, usually we talk, get into small groups and we have a discussion about why choosing is refusing, but that's just not possible right now. So, what does it mean? I want you to think about it. Choosing is refusing. Why is making one choice actually refusing the other? Okay. Now, yesterday we talked about cost and price, and we said that in economics they're not exactly the same, right? So we're going to talk a little bit here about the characteristics of cost. Now, cost is the cost to the decision maker only. So when you make a choice, that's a cost to you. Okay. And because it is based on the decision maker, yourself or the business, etc., everything is subject. In other words, it depends on the person. The cost could be high for one person and it could be low for the other. It all depends on your personality, what you need, your situation, all of those things. And costs are to someone. They're not of something. They're always to people, to the people making the decision. Okay? Now, This is hard to understand because you're sitting in front of a computer that you said had cost this much money, right? So that must mean that the computer costs this. But that's not the way we think about it. Only the actions have costs. So, for example, your decision to buy the computer is a cost, not the actual computer. Okay. So, there is no cost independent of the decision. It all depends on you, on the person that's making the choice. All the costs have to do with your decision. Okay. Um, Now, to the decision maker, the relative value of something is its marginal value. So, for everybody, different things have different values. Okay, and that's their marginal value. Sometimes the marginal value is a lot. Sometimes it's a little bit. Okay, so if you want to think about marginal, it's similar to a little or a little less. Okay, talking about the costs and the benefits. Um, Say, for example, for us in Japan, sitting in the classroom, what is your marginal value for a cup of water? So, making a decision if I go out and I drink that water or not, it's not a very big decision. It doesn't have a large value. So, the marginal value is very little for you, right? Your situation means you can get water anytime you want. It's there, it's available. So you choosing not to go get a drink now, very little marginal value. Okay. But if you were in the middle of a desert and that same water is there, that's a huge, the marginal value here is very huge because for you, that could mean life and death. That one glass of water when you're in the middle of the desert. So that same thing, that same object has a different value depending on your situation. Okay, and that's why it's called the marginal value. Right? Each person has a different value for each thing, right? You prefer this and they prefer that. So the marginal value of making a decision could be different for everyone. Okay, so that's talking about cost. Now, prices. Prices are the actual monetary value of things, right? And prices help you make your decision because they let you know what you're giving up to get that object. Okay. Now, just remember cost and price are not the same thing in economics, right? Costs are everything, the trade offs, the opportunity costs that you're giving up to get this thing, where price is the monetary value. Okay. Now, price is going to help you as a consumer make your decisions. Okay. And this is called the law of demand. Okay. And you go, what do you mean, Mr. Fleming? And that's a valid question. How does price impact your decision making? I want you to think about going into, say, 100 yen store, right? You go into 100 yen store, you only maybe want to get one or two things, but you see something, oh, there, that's interesting. I might want that. And for you, 100 yen is not much. So often when you go into a 100 yen store, you may only have, I only need two or three things. But you may come out with a whole bag of things because it's not that expensive. It's not costing you a lot of things. Now, imagine if instead of 100 yen, the price is, say, 500 yen an object. Would you go into that store and leave with as many things as you would have if it's only 100? Probably not. And why is this? It's because the price is impacting your decision making. Okay. So as the price goes up, or it is a higher price, that means your opportunity cost is much higher. You must give up more things to get that object or that goods. So if everything stays the same, everything else, your wage, the amount of money you have, everything else, you're going to choose to buy less of that object. Okay? Take for oh, just wait. The opposite is true. If it's a falling price or it has a low price, that means your opportunity cost for buying it is much lower. And that means you have to give up less to get that. And you will choose to buy more. Okay. A good example of this would be cars. When you go walking between the school and the station, most of the cars you see are the ones that you can buy at a cheaper price. Where you don't see a lot of Lamborghinis and all of those Ferrari things because they're more expensive. Right? So this shows that as the price is more expensive, people will buy less of it, right? Where the price is cheaper, people are going to buy more of them. Okay. Now, this idea of price impacting consumers, people that are buying, also impacts people who produce goods. So, if people are producing goods, they're going to look at the price to decide how many things we're going to produce, what are we going to do, all of those kind of things. Price is very important when you are trying to supply things. Okay. And what's interesting is as the price goes up for that object that you are trying to sell, your willingness, so the amount of things you want to supply goes up. So take, for example, you are all going to go out and start working soon. If your wage is, say, 1,000 yen an hour, how willing are you to go to work instead of, say, go watch a movie with your friends? Some of you will probably prefer to go work because you can make a little money. Some of you might say, it's only 1,000 yen. I'm going to go watch a movie, right? Now, what if that wage was increased to 5,000 yen an hour? Those people who are still going to work, they're going to work. But that other group that said, I'm going to go to a movie because I'm not giving up much, they might start thinking, hey, 5,000 yen, that's a lot of money. Maybe I should go to work. And you'll find more people that would have went to the movie are going to now go to work instead of the movie. Now, what if that goes up again and you can make 10,000 yen an hour? How many people are going to give that up to go watch a movie with their friends? Not many of you. So, as the opportunity or as the price of the object goes up, you want to supply more of it, right? And remember, here you are supplying your work, your time, right, to go to the job. As the price goes down, it's not worth it. I can go to the movie. It's only 500 yen an hour. I don't need 500. That's not giving up too much. Okay. And that's called the law of supply. Okay. So hopefully you understand the law of demand and the law of supply because these are going to be major concepts within this unit and it will help you understand everything else. Okay. Now, for the rest of the period, what I'd like you to do is there's a reading on law of supply. Okay. It's called, or sorry, not law of supply, trade offs and opportunity costs. Go through it in small groups or individuals. Okay. Answer the questions there. It's called review. Answer them and try to use your CER. Okay. Try to use claim, evidence, and reasoning, because a lot of you need to work on organizing that, organizing your thoughts, making it clear what you want to say in your writing. Okay. So that's the lesson today. I will talk to you tomorrow. If you are done, please do not disrupt the other teacher. Just sit quietly and do whatever you can. This should take you most of the class. Okay? Okay. I will hopefully talk to you. Well, probably I'll talk to you in history. Okay. Bye-bye.